Every day, life silently asks you one question. Are you in control of yourself, or are you reacting to everything around you? Most people never stop to answer it. They spend their lives reacting, resisting, and regretting. Stoicism exists to end that cycle. Stay with this video until the end, and you will learn how the Stoics built calm, discipline, and unshakable strength in a chaotic world. The Stoic Path to Inner Mastery, a timeless guide to strength, peace, and a meaningful life. More than 2,000 years ago, long before modern psychology, productivity hacks, or motivational speeches, a group of thinkers quietly uncovered something extraordinary. They discovered that the greatest battles of life are not fought in the world, but within the mind. They understood that peace is not the absence of chaos, but the ability to remain steady while chaos unfolds around you. This philosophy is called Stoicism. Stoicism is not about suppressing emotion, becoming cold, or withdrawing from life. On the contrary, it is about engaging fully with life while refusing to be enslaved by it. It is a philosophy of inner freedom, resilience, discipline, and clarity. It teaches us how to remain calm in uncertainty, dignified in hardship, and grounded in a world that constantly tries to pull us off balance. At the heart of Stoicism lies a simple yet radical truth. You cannot control what happens to you, but you can always control how you respond. This single insight changes everything. The only thing you truly own, your response. Every day, life places small tests in front of you. Traffic delays, harsh words, missed opportunities, unexpected setbacks. Most people react automatically. Frustration, anger, anxiety, blame. But the Stoics recognized something most never notice. Events themselves are neutral. It is our interpretation that gives them power. Epictetus, once a slave and later one of the greatest Stoic teachers, said it clearly. It is not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. When you understand this, you reclaim your power. The weather cannot insult you. Traffic cannot disrespect you. Another person's opinion cannot harm your character. These things only disturb you if you allow them to. The Stoic does not waste energy fighting reality. Instead, they align themselves with it. This does not mean passivity, it means clarity. When something lies outside your control, you release it. When something lies within your control, your thoughts, actions, and values, you take full responsibility. Marcus Aurelius, the Roman emperor who ruled over war, plague, and betrayal, reminded himself daily, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." This is the foundation of Stoic strength, self-mastery. Turning obstacles into the path forward. Most people see obstacles as interruptions to their life. Stoics see them as the path itself. Life does not promise comfort, it promises challenge. And within every challenge lies an opportunity to grow stronger, wiser, and more disciplined. Marcus Aurelius wrote one of the most powerful Stoic insights ever recorded. The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way. This is not poetic optimism, it is strategic realism. When you face rejection, failure, loss, or disappointment, you have two options. You can resist it, complain about it, and weaken yourself, or you can ask a better question. What is this here to teach me? A rejection can refine your skills. A setback can reveal your blind spots. A conflict can sharpen your patience and empathy. Pain, when approached correctly, becomes instruction. Stoicism does not deny suffering, it transforms it.
The moment you stop asking, why me, and start asking, how can I use this, you step into your power. You are no longer a victim of circumstances. You are a student of life. The discipline of presence. Much of human suffering comes from living anywhere except where we are. We replay the past with regret. We rehearse the future with anxiety. Meanwhile, life passes quietly in the present moment, unnoticed. The Stoics understood that the present is the only place where life actually exists. Marcus Aurelius warned himself, "Do not dwell in the past. Do not dream of the future. Concentrate the mind on the present moment." To be present is not to abandon planning or reflection. It is to refuse to let them consume you. It is to give your full attention to what is happening now, this breath, this step, this conversation. Presence is power. When you are present, you respond instead of react. You see clearly. You act deliberately. In a world addicted to distraction, presence is a quiet form of rebellion. Self-discipline, the gateway to freedom. Many people misunderstand self-discipline. They see it as restriction, punishment, or denial. Stoicism teaches the opposite. Self-discipline is freedom from being ruled by impulse. When you lack discipline, you are controlled by moods, cravings, and external pressure. When you develop discipline, you gain the ability to choose long-term meaning for short-term pleasure. Seneca wrote, "No man is free who is not master of himself." Discipline is not built through dramatic transformation, but through small, consistent choices, choosing to act according to your values even when it is uncomfortable, choosing effort over ease, integrity over approval. Every disciplined choice strengthens your character. Over time, discipline becomes identity. Emotional resilience, mastering the inner storm. Stoicism does not ask you to suppress emotions. It asks you to understand them without becoming enslaved by them. Anger, fear, sadness, frustration, these are natural, but when unchecked, they distort judgment and control behavior. The Stoic observes emotion like weather, real but temporary. Emotional resilience means feeling fully without losing control. Aristotle spoke of the golden mean, the balance between excess and deficiency. Stoicism applies this to emotion, not numbness, not indulgence, balance. When strong emotions arise, pause, observe, ask what belief is fueling the reaction. Often it is an expectation that reality failed to meet. Adjust the expectation and the emotion loses its grip. This practice turns emotional chaos into clarity.
Memento mori. Let mortality clarify your life. One of the most misunderstood Stoic practices is memento mori. Remember that you will die. This is not morbid, it is clarifying. When you remember that your time is limited, trivial concerns lose their grip. Petty arguments, ego-driven comparison, and unnecessary fear fade into irrelevance. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "You could leave life right now. Let that determine what you do and say and think." Memento mori sharpens focus. It asks you to live deliberately, to love deeply, to act with integrity, to stop postponing what truly matters. Death does not cheapen life, it gives it value. Gratitude, the antidote to endless wanting. Happiness does not come from having more, it comes from appreciating what already exists. The Stoics understood that desire without gratitude creates endless dissatisfaction. Gratitude anchors you in sufficiency. Seneca warned against the trap of always chasing the next thing, reminding us that contentment begins with recognizing enough. Gratitude is a discipline. It must be practiced, especially during difficulty. Even hardship carries lessons. Even loss reveals what mattered.
When gratitude becomes habitual, abundance replaces scarcity in the mind. Personal excellence over external validation. Modern life encourages constant comparison, likes, approval, recognition. Stoicism offers a radical alternative. Measure yourself by your character, not applause. Your worth is not determined by opinions outside your control. It is determined by how faithfully you live according to your values. Epictetus taught that worrying about others' opinions is a misuse of energy. What matters is whether your actions align with reason and virtue. True confidence is quiet. It does not demand validation. It comes from self-respect. Accepting change without losing yourself. Change is inevitable. Resistance is optional. Stoicism teaches acceptance, not resignation, but intelligent alignment with reality. When you fight what cannot be changed, you exhaust yourself. When you adapt, you grow. Marcus Aurelius viewed change as part of nature's order. Nothing stays fixed. Everything flows. Acceptance allows you to move forward without bitterness. It keeps you flexible, resilient, and calm amid uncertainty. Compassion as strength, not weakness. Stoicism is often misunderstood as cold or detached. In truth, it emphasizes human connection and compassion. Marcus Aurelius reminded himself that humans are made for cooperation. Kindness strengthens both giver and receiver. Compassion does not mean tolerating injustice. It means understanding that people act from their own limitations. This understanding reduces hatred and increases wisdom. A Stoic chooses empathy not because others deserve it, but because it aligns with virtue. Reflection, the practice that shapes character. Stoics believed in daily self-examination, not to judge harshly, but to refine the soul. At the end of each day, ask, what did I do well? Where did I fall short? How can I improve tomorrow? This practice builds awareness, accountability, and growth. Over time, reflection transforms intention into character. Living the Stoic life. Stoicism is not theory, it is practice. It is lived in quiet decisions, patient responses, disciplined habits, and moral courage. It is built daily, through effort, awareness, and consistency. You will not master it overnight, but each step strengthens your inner foundation. And in a world of constant noise, comparison, and uncertainty, that foundation becomes unshakable. Live not for applause, but for alignment. Not for comfort, but for meaning. Not for control over life, but for mastery over yourself. That is the Stoic way. You don't need to escape the world. You don't need to control others. You don't need perfect conditions. You need mastery over your own mind. Because when your inner world is stable, no external storm can shake you. This is not ancient philosophy. This is how strong people survive and rise quietly.